Happy 3rd birthday to Microsoft Flight Simulator. What a time it has been. Who would have thought it's been 3 years since Microsoft Flight Sim was released? 3 years and 2 days to be exact. A big well done to the Microsoft Flight Sim, Asobo and Xbox teams who have put so much effort into what is, I think without a doubt now, the best simulator we've ever seen for desktop flight simulation. For me, it's done absolute wonders. I've always been a flight sim fan before I started YouTube, but really this has taken my passion and turned it into something so much more than that. So really, I've got to thank Microsoft Flight Sim directly. Now, across their social media platforms, the Microsoft Flight Sim team have been sharing some statistics from the 3 years we've had Microsoft Flight Sim. They are really interesting, so I'll share some on the screen right now. From the top 3 most popular aircraft, the Cessna 152 coming in clutch at the top there with just over 85 million flights. That is an incredible number. Of course, you've got the default A320, and then the interesting addition is the Boeing F-18, which of course was a slightly late arrival into Microsoft Flight Sim. It came with a Top Gun expansion pack, but clearly people have been able to rack up the numbers with that one. All in all, it comes into 48 billion air miles, which is absolutely incredible. All these numbers, as big as they seem, it all can be condensed down into one thing: how big Microsoft Flight Sim has been in general. Whether it be people wanted to crash fighter jets into the side of mountains for fun, or people that take it seriously and like to fly 3 or 4 legs in a Ryanair 737. Regardless of how you fly, I think all in all, we can just see from these numbers how incredible Microsoft Flight Sim has been and will continue to be. There's been almost 12 sim updates, 14 world updates, and a few other updates in the 3 years Microsoft Flight Sim has been released, and this does show the team's continued commitment to the sim. And finally, to top off in terms of top airports, LAX coming in at number 1, JFK of course at number 2, and then good old London Heathrow at number 3. See if you can spot an airport local to you down the side. Also, a nice community statistic is that out of all the landing challenges, we've got a 47% success rate out of the community, which I think, to be honest, is pretty good. Now guys, I take full responsibility from bringing that down from 50% to 47% with all my landing challenge failures. Terribly sorry about that. Jokes aside, I think 47% across the community is very, very good, considering that some of the landing challenges are pretty difficult. Some are easier than others, of course. But if you think how many people have got access to those landing challenges, 47% definitely isn't a number to be sniffed at. To me, these statistics show what the Microsoft Flight Simulator team have done over the last 3 years is nothing short of mind-blowing. They've definitely put loads, heaps, buckets even, of passion into the flight sim, and it has definitely paid off. It makes me so happy and optimistic about the future. If you think this is what they've done in 3 years, well, who knows what they'll do in the next 3 years with Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, and indeed, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, which is the next installment in the franchise. Now, I do know there's a lot of anxiety there, but when you consider all in all, on balance, how well they've done with this version of Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, and I know there's still some bugs, I know not everything has been perfect, and at times there has definitely been disagreements with personally, even me personally, and the direction of Microsoft Flight Sim. But putting some of those disagreements aside, I don't think we can deny how brilliant Microsoft Flight Sim has been for flight simulation as a whole, and it is for that reason why I am so optimistic about the future. On that note guys, I'd like to hear your thoughts on Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. I'd like you to share your favourite flights of your time on this sim so far. For me personally, it is so very hard to rank. I recently did a long haul flight from London Heathrow to Singapore in the Kuro 787 with a beautiful sunset or sunrise approach into Singapore Changi Airport, and I have to say at that time the sim was running so smoothly, it was heavenly. So that's probably at least in the top 5, but I've just enjoyed all the moments in the sim, and of course Working in aviation, I've been working in aviation properly for about a year now. The confidence having a YouTube channel like this has provided me, speaking to members of the community across the world, definitely has paid off in buckets in real life. So that's something to thank Microsoft Flight Sim for as well. Quite ironic that flight simulation really helps me in real life aviation, but I guess that's the point of it. And of course, learning to fly, while there are massive differences between flying a real airplane, Microsoft Flight Sim is definitely a fantastic tool to build some confidence up. Although you can never really replicate the experience of flying a real aircraft, Microsoft Flight Sim, definitely from a scenery point of view, has definitely helped. So there's my top points for Microsoft Flight Sim, but all in all, it comes down to you guys. Without you guys, really, I would be nothing. So I've got to thank you all for that. Thank you for your continued support. I look forward to flying with you, either via a YouTube video, or who knows, on a Microsoft Flight Sim flight one time. I should do some more community flights, they're definitely planned. But on that note guys, thank you so much for watching, have a good day, bye bye.